Cumulative frequency. Okay, remember that cumulative frequency is the running total. So if we look at this, 0 to 5 is 28. 0 to 10 is going to be 0 to 5 plus 5 to 10, so 28 plus 22, which is 50. 0 to 15 is going to be 0 to 5, 5 to 10, and plus 10 to 15, so we add that, we get 64. We add this, we get 74. We add this, we get 80. Good way of quick checking is that your total is the same as the total number it says it is. 80 students, total of 80, all good. Right, we then draw the cumulative frequency table. Don't forget that people sometimes think, is it at the middle, is it at the end of the group? Cumulative frequency is how many people have got up to that value. So if we're plotting at 5, we want to say how many people have scored up to 5. Well, it's 28, so that's where we plot it at the end of that interval. So there's 28. And then how many people have scored up to 10? It's 50. And then so on, 64, 74, 80. And it should be a sort of S-shaped curve. In this case, it's not, and it really should go through the points. That's fairly close, but I would do this in pencil so that if you make a mistake like I just did, you can have another go. Another legitimate rule is to join these points up using a ruler. So if you're not happy with drawing curves, that's perfectly acceptable. Now, last part of the question, it says use the graph to find an estimate of the number of students. How am I going to work this out? Sorry. Number of students who spent more than 17 hours on the internet last week. Show your method clearly. Okay. Let's see if we can reveal enough of the graph to solve this. No. Okay. Interesting. Right. I should have thought about this. Okay, more than 17 hours. So what we need to do is we need to go on the graph, which has now disappeared, helpfully, and we'd find out the cumulative frequency at 17, which would be here. And we go up to the graph, which looks something like that. I'm going to put the graph back in. What did it? Went through 50, and then 64, and 74, and 80. So we draw a line up from 17 to the graph and read off the cumulative frequency. Which is, let's just say, is about 71. So that tells us that 71 people spent up to 17 hours, but of course we want people who spent more than 17 hours. So whatever your cumulative frequency is, that tells you how many people scored up to that value. So up to 71 people scored up to 17 hours internet use, which means that the remainder did more than 17 hours. And if there's 71 out of 80, so the remainder would be 80 minus whatever the number is at 17 hours. In this case, we have decided 71, so that would be 9 students.